Hello, everyone. My name is Dr. Jazz. I'm the host of Testimony Thursdays, and I am here with some special guests today, y'all, at a special event. Before we get started, let's go ahead and do our scripture, and then we're going to hop right in it, okay? So, our scripture today is going to be he who finds a wife finds a good thing and finds favor from the Lord. Proverbs 18:22. I felt like this scripture fits my guest perfectly today. I have Dr. Carmen with me, Dr. Jouan with me. This is my soror right here. This is some Coleman love. And currently, right now, y'all, we are at the National Association of Black Physical Therapists Conference in Atlanta. And we are getting a lot of good gems. And I'm so thankful that they let me record them on the podcast today, even though we're having such a busy and blessed weekend. So if y'all could introduce yourselves.
Yes, so I am Dr. Carmen. I'm from Decatur, Georgia. I went to school at Alabama State where I met my husband. But I'm also a bulldog at heart. So I did go to Alabama A&M for undergrad, but this is where I met my better half here.
Absolutely. And my name is Dr. Jouan Cox from Jackson, Tennessee, born and raised. Went to undergrad at Bethel University, football scholarship, played there. I found my wife at Alabama State University. So, that's a great scripture that we said today because it's very, very much so true. You know what I'm saying?
I love that, y'all. I love it. So to get warmed up, we are going to do an icebreaker. With this icebreaker, it's going to be who does this the most.
Okay.
So y'all are going to close y'all's eyes.
Okay.
And y'all are going to raise your hand on who this most likely is.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to bring it back to PT school. Who was most likely to cram a study session? Oh. Who was most likely to group study? Okay, let's bring it to patient care. Who is most likely to be running a little late? And then let's bring it to physio trivia. Who is most likely to win a game of physio trivia? Oh, we see. Okay, y'all was pretty accurate with some of those things. And you can go ahead and open your eyes, and we're gonna talk about
What was the first one?
the first one, the cramming. Yeah. Yeah. Both of y'all agreed on that. Yeah.
You, not me. I studied way in advance.
I'm a cram.
I'm pass. Yes.
That's what matters. Feel me?
Exactly, because look where we are now.
Yes.
And y'all know that I love physio trivia. I am an ambassador for physio trivia. I'm always talking about this game, playing this game. I usually do this as my icebreaker. And I mean, this is just really a phenomenal game. Like, I met them off of social media. I was like, what are y'all doing with this game? What's it about? Like, I wanted to learn more as soon as it launched and it came out. So I want them to kind of talk about the game, how y'all got the idea, and all that good stuff.
So really, physio trivia came to me in my dream. I told Jouan about it, and kind of like, oh, okay, he wasn't really, he said I'm always coming up with something, so he's like, don't do too much. And so then I was like, I had to dream again. I'm like, okay. So then we started putting stuff together. We started working together, trying to come up with a name. We went through different names. And then we finally came up on physio trivia. And then, I still have the papers where I have cutouts of me writing the cards out, what it was going to look like. So that's how it came about. I thought it would be really cool for us to have, if I was in PT school, what would be something good? That would be something fun for us to have, to give our brain a break from just the books, from the stress. So still having the material, but in a different form, right? To help us with our endorphins and just relax and not have anxiety. And just a time to, just take a step back for a minute, because we know how stressful PT school could be, and also in the clinic. So it's not just for students, it's for people who are in the PT field altogether. So, great icebreaker, great teamwork, team bonding activities. So it can definitely be used in a different ways, for sure.
For sure. And I think, the background between me and her, because we're very competitive. We gonna compete with everything. She gonna try to eat her food faster than mine. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
She want to compete. Okay, but that's kind of a
too much.
that's kind of a backstory between us and how we connect too, though, because we like to have fun. So, physio trivia, I feel like it's also a gateway for us and how we like to connect, but also connect with other people.
Yes.
So, physio trivia, it's all about having a good time and just being able to let your hair down and have, relax.
Yeah. I'm hearing some good things right here now. The first thing that I heard was the dream and being obedient to what you are hearing. Like we are sitting on so many different ideas. Like I know somebody watching this podcast is like, oh, maybe I want to do this or that. Do it, launch it, get it together, And the thing about it is that you have to start. Like if you don't start, you're never going to get to the finish line. But we get that business paralysis, what I talked about in previous episodes, that we think because we don't have it all together, we're not going to start it. But I'm pretty sure with y'all never started a game before.
No, never. That whole process was
all new.
Yes.
But our motto with each business that we have is learn as you grow.
Learn as you
What
grow.
I'm saying? You're learn as you go, but learn as you grow, because you're gonna grow and you're gonna learn new things along the way. So you gotta just be able to take it in stride.
Yep.
Don't let it stop you from starting.
Right.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And do a little bit at a time. Don't feel like you have to have everything to start. Like we didn't. I didn't have the money to, make sure this was copyrighted and everything like that first. But trademark. But we did get to the point where we were able to trademark it. But we know, it's just a little bit at a time. We had to first find somebody who could design it, somebody who can produce it, what that was going to cost. So just a little bit at a time, and we were able to grow it to that.
Yeah, and it's so much fun. That's the second thing I heard was like just having fun, being able to relax, but also relax in a more purposeful way, especially if you are a physical therapy student or a physical therapy assistant student, because time is everything. And while you're in school, like you want to be able to study and making sure that you're not getting too stressed out.
Yes.
So this game, y'all, when I say it's so much fun, like it reminds me of like Taboo, because I'm really competitive too. Like I feel like my toxic trait is that I feel like I can do anything. Like I feel like in the Olympics, if I was up against Simone Biles, like I'm gonna beat her. Like I'm winning. I'm winning. Like there's no way. So it's like, just one of those things where if you are competitive, you just like to have a good time. This is a game that can fulfill your needs. What would y'all say was one of the biggest hurdles y'all had to overcome to get this game launched?
Probably kind of piggybacking off of what we were just talking about, moving out of our own way, like and realizing that this is something that's that we can accomplish and actually really do. Beyond that, like once we got that ball rolling, it's really just been, I'm not gonna say it's been smooth sailing, but we've been just going with it and we're learning along the way and doing more collaborations and really trying to build a community around physio trivia.
I like that. And it's the mindset. Like to me, it's like once I change my mindset, I'm like, I can do it.
Right.
Yeah.
And I heard this one quote. I have something like this in my book too, but that the how is never more important than the why.
Right.
So it's like if you have that dream, if you have that vision, like sometimes God is telling us, like, it's not your business to know how you're gonna do it.
You never know who you're gonna connect with here at this conference. We don't know how. But I might have somebody who's ready to buy 30 games for all these students today. So it's just like you just gotta step out on faith. This is what he told. This is what I'm dreaming, having visions about. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna start to research myself. It's not many Black, card game owners, and the ones I had that, do exist, I reached out, and some had offered, assistance. But again, this is still such a niche game because it's not like all the other card games because it's specific to physical therapy. So we're still set apart from everybody else, and so it's just a lot different. So I think the best part for us to do is don't be afraid to collaborate. Don't be afraid to talk to people because you never know who God has put in place for you to make that next thing happen for you. Like when you're trying to figure out how, that's your how, and you didn't even know it.
No.
But because you decided not to go to that event, or because you decided not to write it down or whatever, it's like, dang, you missed your opportunity, and that person could have had a grant for you ready for, you didn't have the money.
Yeah.
And that person had the grant ready to give to somebody. So you never know.
That's good right there, y'all. And even like talking about coming to the conference, like, because I just felt like I needed to be here. Like I came in from Hawaii and I was like, I need to be in person. And one of the first speaking sessions I went to today, it's this man here, Derek. His first name's Derek. I forgot his last name, but I'm definitely gonna shout him out because
Hayes, I believe.
Hayes, yeah, Hayes, Derek Hayes. And he's not even a physical therapist, y'all. Like he's like a public speaker, entrepreneur, and he interviews people. Like that's his job. Like basically just, seeing what you do, what's your purpose and everything. And I told him what I do, and I had one copy of my book, 2.76, with me. Y'all, why did this man buy this book like in front of everybody? And I was like, oh my goodness. And then that led to other people like, wanting to buy my book. And my dad is going to kill me because he always tells me to like at least have 10 copies on me.
Yeah.
And so far, 2 people were like, well, I want to buy your book too. And I'm like, I only have 1 copy today. So it's important to make sure you got to stay ready. So you got to get ready. You got to stay ready. So, but you never know, like with him, he's not even, in the field, but he still wanted to support me. So just being, and I feel like too, like what we do, physio trivia, my book, like all of this is to help and to give back and to inspire others in one way, shape or form. So I think that's really powerful that the business we have is not just to serve ourselves, but to serve others. But y'all, we're going to wrap up because the conference is still going on. And I always end every episode talking about what is a test that you went through or a test that you're currently going through that's going to lead to a testimony.
I say, I would just say for us, like that whole how and why, like we are currently like I still work for Top Knot. I work for Top Knot, our own company. I'm doing physio trivia. We have two little kids, and we always have we have a vision of generational wealth and want to be able to see that while we're still here. And I don't know how or when, but I feel like it's still a test to be like, okay, you're gonna stay obedient, you're gonna stay on track. I don't know when, but I know if I just do what I'm supposed to do and do it as a servant leader, like still giving back, I will have that testimony to give. Like I was able to continue, we were able to make this happen not only for our family, but everybody that we are come in contact with, and we're able to help.
Absolutely. Just I guess piggybacking off of that, just realizing that it's joy in the journey. You know what I'm saying? This is a journey. So there's a lot of times where it gets tough. Like she said, we got kids and we got different businesses too. So trying to pour into both and trying to find balance, even though balance is, I don't know if it's, I'm sorry, I can't. Even though balance can be hard to find, but just knowing how to, put your energy into several different places at once, I would say it can be a test. But just trying to see it through.
Being a good steward over everything that he's entrusted you with now. So then when he grants you more, it's like, okay, you're in there. Because for me, I always say now that I don't want my blessings prematurely because it'll be gone. And I talked about that on a previous episode. Like if I would have been a millionaire at 25, I would have been out of control, crashed out. Y'all would have been like, who is that? But now that I'm more mature, I'm like, okay, Lord, I'm ready. And every time I save my money, y'all, I'll be like, God, I'm ready. You see me saving my money. You see what I'm doing. You see me being a good steward. But that's very important. Well, I definitely want to give y'all flowers publicly, and I'm so happy to be a part of the journey, especially early on. And just y'all being so welcoming. Like we met off of social media. There's a lot of weird people out there, but I like DM'd them like, hey, what y'all doing? Y'all got a game? How can I be a part of that? And
organic,
organic,
the whole thing.
So I'm appreciative.
You, right? For all your help with physio treatment. Like, you've been a blessing to us. So we appreciate you.
Thank you, y'all. Well, thank you. This is another episode of Testimony Thursdays. I'm your host, Dr. Jazz. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Dr. Jasmine Blocker. Tell the people where to find y'all.
Yes, you can find us at Physio Trivia on Instagram, Facebook. That's about the other two. Oh, and our website, www.physiotrivia.com.
Thank you. Thank y'all for being a part of this. And thank y'all for listening. If you made it all the way to the end of the episode, please comment on my YouTube, Testimony Thursdays, or on my Instagram, Testimony Thursdays. And I am doing a giveaway for Physio Trivia. So if you stay to the end, Please comment, like, subscribe. Just message me and I will ship y'all a game. Okay. All right. Thank you.
All
See y'all next
right.
week.